Okay, well, welcome to Chapter 6, The Negative Ego. In the previous chapters, you've learned a little about the workings of the emotional and the lower mental planes. You've learned how these worlds are populated by thought forms that are all created by you, how these are ensouled with your will, intent, and purpose. They then are attracted by resonant vibrational frequency to other thought forms of a similar nature. They function exclusively to carry out your will, intention, purpose, and design. We've learnt together how these thought forms, strengthened and bolstered by hundreds of others of a similar nature, hover around the etheric centre that is its appropriate gateway to expression. And by the way, do you realise that you have more than 50,000 thoughts a day? As soon as they attract your attention enough, by the strength of the will to express, you ensoul them further with desire energy from the emotional plane. From there, when the conditions are conducive to expression, they express their life energies as an event in your life. You've learned how a large percentage of these thought forms are replenished with the energy of desire over and over again by your repetitive habit patterns of thought and feeling. We've further learnt together how the subconscious mind carries out the function of maintaining consistency in your life. Its task is to ensure that the thought forms that find expression as events in your life are consonant or in harmony with that which you expect and that you believe that you deserve. We've learned how we, therefore, have many hidden agendas inside of ourselves to create a series of impacts upon our consciousness. Many of these impacts are in the nature of self-punishment and self-abnegation. We can be our own worst enemy. We do this to ourselves because of faulty attitudes and beliefs that we deserve to be punished and deprived. We have agendas there inside the subconscious mind that are designed to reaffirm that we are unlovable and unloved. We believe many times that we are bad, wrong, terrible, and somehow a lowlife that's not worthy of love, joy, happiness, prosperity, and success in our life. It's time for us to realise now that we are in the driver's seat in this game of life, that the seat of power is in the conscious mind and not in the subconscious. It's time for us to realise that we have the power to go into the subconscious mind consciously and rearrange the furniture, symbolically speaking, that constitutes its existence. It's time for us to realise that we have the power to go into the subconscious mind and change those negative and limiting belief patterns into positive, constructive, and healthy belief patterns that are designed to bring happiness, joy, prosperity, and success into our lives. The way to do this is to utilise the faculty of the imagination in concert with the science of meditation. Now this is where it really gets exciting, because all those negative belief patterns that you have entertained over the decades are living energies that in their totality make up your negative ego. I told you that you were a complex being. I told you that life was filled with mystery and intricacy. You've reached a very exciting stage in your life. You are sick and tired of all the conflict and dissonance in your life. You've had enough of the struggle and the hardship. You can't stand the pain any longer. You seek alleviation from the limitation, isolation, loneliness, fear, anxiety, crisis and struggle in your life. You've finally declared enough is enough. You seek to get off the game board that you have been enamoured with for decades. You seek knowledge, light, truth and understanding. Well, your negative ego is not going to easily surrender its power over you. It has become accustomed to watching you dance to its tune for decades, and it's not going to relinquish that power without a fight. It is an aspect of your personality that's designed to function as the mailman. It's designed to sit on the window ledge of your observations. You have a window, metaphorically speaking, through which you observe all the events and conditions of your life. Your ego is basically an assistant. It's an aspect of your personality that's designed to deliver data to you about the events and conditions of your life. It's not designed to comment on that data, however. In other words, it's not supposed to deal with the context and meaning of that data. It's meant to deal with the events and conditions in your space-time reality of the physical plane. It's not equipped, nor is it designed, to deal with the emotional and mental impact of those events. That's your task. It's supposed to report to you on that which it has observed, such as, this female friend just scratched your car with the ring on her finger while she was admiring your car. You are then responsible for determining the context and meaning of that occurrence. Now, if you refuse to think, to use your reasoning faculties of the mind to ascertain whether it was really an accidental brush of her hand across your car, you are not living up to the full use of your conscious mind. In that case, you give away that power to your ego. It, however, does not have all the powers of the reasoning mind at its disposal. In other words, it's not equipped to use the reasoning powers of the conscious mind, nor was it designed to function in that manner. It is simply a mailman delivering data. However, if you refuse to think and refuse to be responsible, you give away that power to your ego, which will eagerly give you its unintelligent appraisal. Now, if it tells you that it was an accident, you will have perhaps forgotten the incident very quickly, and its impact and therefore control of you is minimal. If it tells you, however, she did it on purpose because she is jealous of you owning such a beautiful car, then that context has lasting impact. You would perhaps fume about it for days. You may even accuse her there and then of scratching your car on purpose, triggering a big argument with the friendship breaking up. The ego, therefore, has greater impact upon you if it can trigger a negative response and hence greater control over you. All it has to do for it to be in control of you is to keep on feeding you negative judgments. You've seen this type of manipulation in children. Many children learn very quickly how to control the parent. Cry and you get a hug and affection. Put on a tantrum and you'll receive a chocolate. Well, the ego quickly learns how it can manipulate you and get you to dance to its tune. If it tells you you're a lowlife, not worthy of respect and esteem, it can control you for years, in and out of depression, in and out of anxiety, feelings as if you really don't deserve success. Your ego has now turned negative. It's now your negative ego. If it can keep on feeding you its diatribe of false conclusions and judgments about you, it is the boss. It is the one in control. It learns to enjoy that power over you. Just like a manipulative child, it loves to see you dance to its tune. You can spend decades in states of self-pity, poor self-image, depression, anxiety, guilt, shame, and anger, all the time sabotaging yourself, whilst your ego sits, metaphorically speaking, in its big executive chair, cigar in mouth, calling the shots. It enjoys that power, because power is life energies. It enjoys that thrill. I won't spend a great deal more time elaborating on the functionality of your ego when it turns negative. We'll be covering a number of these maladies that afflict us all from time to time as we navigate our way through this classroom of life that is our space-time rule set called Earth. We are all on an eternal journey to unfold our powers. We are all on a journey of return to the source of our being. We have been on a long journey going home, leaving our original source, going deeper and deeper into matter. We have now rounded the bend. We are no longer going home, we are now coming home. This is an eternal journey. It's very, very exciting. Now you've reached a point in your journey coming home where you have become sick and tired of following the dictates of your negative ego. You've reached your personal rock bottom, so to speak, your point of deepest descent into matter. It might have been precipitated by crisis, but you have now decided to speed up your journey coming home. You have seen the wonder and the beauty of the true you, the real you, the powerful, loving, generous, confident, giving, caring, and sharing you. You have felt the bliss that comes from an alignment with your higher self and your soul. You have had enough of the chaos, anxiety, despair, and crisis that has come from an alignment with your negative ego. It's a very exciting time in your life. The thing to remember about your negative ego is that it is energy, and energy can neither be created nor destroyed. So you can't just wish it away. You can't just destroy it like a bug. The good news, however, is that because you have created it and turned it into this monster that seeks to destroy you, you can change it. You can take away its power over you simply by taking back your power of discernment. You can take back your power of analysis and appraisal of the data relating to events and conditions in your life that it is delivering to you. You can restore it to its original function of delivering data. At the same time, taking back your power to think, analyse and appraise the context and meaning of that data. You can dismantle its power base by learning to go into your subconscious mind through conscious choice and changing the negative belief patterns that are resident therein to positive attitudes and beliefs. You can restore your ego so that it functions as a positive assistant to aid you in your journey of discovery, in your journey coming home, an eternal journey. In the following chapter, we're going to look at the amazing science of meditation. Mastery of this art is a necessity for all of us in the quest to become more of who we really are. Through the science of meditation, you're going to be able to enter into a partnership with your subconscious mind and learn how to transform the negative belief patterns that have held you captive for so many lifetimes into positive and healthy beliefs. These new beliefs will activate a new series of attitudes, thoughts, feelings, decisions and choices that are going to mean a whole new life for you. You're going to learn how to utilize your tools of creation, your desire, imagination and expectancy to your advantage, to aid you in your quest to restore your ego to its positive, healthy function that it was intended to fulfill.